Hello, basketball people, we have news. Let's go to more news about the Golden State Warriors. I ask you to give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, as I am a Warriors fan. Everything indicates that Jonathan Kuminga's cycle with the Warriors is coming to an end. The player has already shown that he wants to be happy elsewhere, and a trade with another team could happen at any time. Trade suggestion: Warriors and New York Knicks make a big deal involving Kuminga. NBA free agency day 3 is underway, and while no major news has come out so far, aside from the New York Knicks hiring Mike Brown, there are some massive decisions that have yet to be made. Those include Chris Paul's decision between the Los Angeles Clippers and Phoenix Suns, as well as the future of Golden State Warriors forward Jonathan Kuminga. Based on the rumors, the most talked about landing spots for Kuminga would be sign-and trades with the Miami Heat or Chicago Bulls, or just returning to Golden State. However, a recent report by NBA insider Jake Fisher reveals a surprise team trying to make a sign-and-trade star swap with the Warriors for the 22-year-old forward. The Sacramento Kings would be interested in including Malik Monk in a trade package for Jonathan Kuminga. Sources say that Sacramento, meanwhile, would be interested in including Malik Monk in any outgoing trade package, but nothing substantial has. Sources say that Sacramento, meanwhile, would be interested in including Malik Monk in any outgoing trade package, but nothing substantial has materialized with the Warriors, Fisher wrote. Monk, who is currently going into the second year of a 4-year, $77 million contract with the Sacramento Kings, would be an interesting piece for Golden State. While his best role would be suited as a sixth man, he averaged a career-high 17.2 points per game this season, but his averages took a hit after De'Aaron Fox's departure. As mentioned, it seems as though this might just be a one-way agreement at this point, with the Warriors not showing interest. Kuminga would be a major addition for the Kings, who need young talent and could be a piece for them if they decide to blow it up. Therefore, the Kings might need to look elsewhere to offload Monk's contract. 5 ex-NBA All-Star predicted to join Lakers or Warriors. After their early playoff exits last season, the Los Angeles Lakers and Golden State Warriors are both teams to monitor this offseason as they look to re-establish themselves as title contenders for next year. Though the offseason is still young, both teams have lost at least one notable player in free agency already. For the Lakers, it was Dorian Finney-Smith, who joined the Houston Rockets. As for Golden State, they lost big man Kevin Looney to the New Orleans Pelicans after 10 seasons. With free agency still underway, both teams will look to bolster their roster as much as possible, and it appears to involve pursuing the same free agent. Beef up their roster this offseason. There are a handful of teams who are doing the opposite, and that includes the Boston Celtics. Just 1 year after winning their 18th title in franchise history, the Celtics already look like a completely different team as they prepare for a gap year following Jason Tatum's injury. So far this offseason, they have traded Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis and lost Luke Kornet in free agency. And, per the latest reports, Al Horford may be the next one out. According to ESPN's Brian Windhorst, while retirement is still an option for the one-time NBA champion, he is most likely going to end up with the Lakers or Warriors if he chooses to continue his playing career. He's valued by everybody in the league, Windhorst said about Horford. He has lots of different options, including retirement, but if he decides to indeed continue his career, the Golden State Warriors have been very aggressive in trying to bring him in. Obviously, the Lakers are badly in need of a center, so they have been involved with that too. So I would expect there's a decent chance, if he continues his career, it's out here on the West Coast, either with Golden State or LA. Horford has spent the last 4 seasons of his career back in Boston after leaving the team in free agency in 2019. While his best days are behind him, he still has a lot to offer and was a key player in the Celtics' championship victory in 2024. As the Lakers and Warriors each look to return to the NBA Finals, Horford would be a great addition for both of them as he can still contribute at a high level. Warriors reportedly moving away from long-rumored center target. The Golden State Warriors entered the 2025 offseason with a key need towering above the rest: acquire a starting center. So far, nothing has materialized. The Warriors have watched key names like Brook Lopez and Clint Capella sign elsewhere during free agency. Even a potential trade target like Jonas Valanciunas has found a new home in Denver. Despite the options quickly dwindling, the Warriors reportedly have no qualms about taking names off the board themselves. There is one name who has been tied to the team for a considerable duration that Golden State is losing interest in. Jake Fisher dropped another rumor mill roundup. That report heavily featured the Warriors, with Kuminga as a big talking point. The Chicago Bulls are one of the teams Fisher expected to be in on the sweepstakes to acquire the Warriors forward. However, hopes of a sign-and-trade bringing Kuminga to Chicago have lessened with the Warriors' fading interest in Nikola Vucevic. Fisher wrote, "The Warriors, though, appear to have moved away from past trade interest they previously registered in veteran Bulls center Nikola Vucevic, which might have helped spark something this summer." The NBA insider added some potential reasoning as to why the Warriors are pivoting elsewhere. It appears another name has taken the focus of their main interest, with regard to solving the frontcourt problems. Fisher added, "League sources say Golden State remains a leading contender to sign Al Horford away from Boston as a much-needed move to bolster a frontcourt rotation that is no longer home to Warrior-turned-New Orleans Pelican Kevin Looney." Vucevic remained productive in 2024-25. The Bulls center averaged 18.5 points, 10.1 rebounds, and 3.5 assists in 31.2 minutes per game, shooting 53% from the field and 40.2% from beyond the arc. Vucevic's projected $21.5 million deal could have primed to be included in any sign-and-trade package for Kuminga. Warriors fans will need to wait to see if this fix to the frontcourt is truly off the board. Painfully obvious fit for Jonathan Kuminga in free agency is staring everyone in the face. The Golden State Warriors need to stop dragging their feet in the offseason. Jonathan Kuminga's future in the NBA remains unclear. There is no doubt the athletic forward will have a spot in the league next season. However, where that place will be remains shrouded in doubt. The Golden State Warriors have yet to have traction on any Kuminga sign-and-trade scenario, as most would have predicted with regard to the outcome of his offseason situation. That fact is bewildering considering the easy connection that should be in front of them. Jake Fisher revealed the top 4 teams rumored to be interested in Kuminga's services for the 2025-26 NBA season. The Miami Heat, Chicago Bulls, New Orleans Pelicans, and Sacramento Kings were named in connection to the young forward. Out of those teams, the answer to where Kuminga plays next season should be painfully obvious. It is in the best interest of all parties involved to have it be the Bulls. Fisher noted in his rumor mill roundup, the Bulls are nonetheless bound to keep coming up in connection with Kuminga until there is a resolution to his status, given that they have previously expressed interest in the athletic swingman in past trade discussions involving Alex Caruso and Zach LaVine. There should even be a pathway for Kuminga to get the type of contract desired via sign-and-trade here, as well as a prominent role. An issue holding up the situation, according to Fisher, is the fading desire for the Warriors to add Nikola Vucevic. Fisher wrote, "The Warriors, though, appear to have moved away from past trade interest they previously registered in veteran Bulls center Nikola Vucevic, which might have helped spark something this summer." This feels odd considering the rapidly fading free agent market for centers. Vucevic provides a reliable, productive option in the frontcourt. His price tag of $21.5 million is not a large pill to swallow either. The situation here comes across as a bit of an overthink to a solution that would satisfy everyone. The Warriors should really consider their options here. Warriors trade proposal grabs Lakers LeBron James after comments. LeBron James of the Los Angeles Lakers recently exercised his $52.6 million player option for the 2025-26 season. For James, this was the right idea. He's still one of the better players in the league, and it isn't like another team had the money to give him. However, after James exercised his $52.6 million player option, Rich Paul made some telling comments to ESPN. He noted that James wants to compete for a championship, and he knows that the Lakers are building for the future. He then added that he's appreciative of the partnership that they've had with Los Angeles, but James and Paul want to ensure that James is getting the best for his buck at this stage of his career, regarding trying to win a championship. LeBron wants to compete for a championship, Paul told ESPN. He knows the Lakers are building for the future. He understands that, but he values a realistic chance of winning it all. We are very appreciative of the partnership that we've had for 8 years with Jeanie, Buss, and Rob Pelinka, and consider the Lakers as a critical part of his career. We understand the difficulty in winning now while preparing for the future. We do want to evaluate what's best for LeBron at this stage in his life and career. He wants to make every season he has left count, and the Lakers understand that, are supportive and want what's best for him. The blockbuster trade idea. Following those comments, some have suggested that James wants to leave the Los Angeles Lakers. If that's the case, there will be many teams around the league interested. However, one of them makes more sense than any other, and that's the Golden State Warriors. If the Warriors were to make a trade for James, it'd have to be very creative. When searching for a potential deal, Kevin O'Connor recently brought one up. He added that because the Phoenix Suns and Houston Rockets trade hasn't been finalized yet for Kevin Durant, it's possible that James could be included in a trade involving 4 teams that would send him to the Warriors. Obviously, this would be a massive deal, but it's still something interesting to consider. If you really want to get crazy, the KD to Houston deal is not done yet. You could add 3rd teams or 4th teams. Phoenix wanted Butler. So maybe you send LeBron and Bronny James to Golden State, Jimmy Butler to Phoenix, Kevin Durant to Houston, and then Jalen Green and Dillon Brooks to the Lakers, he said. Underscore 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 underscore. Are the Warriors contenders with LeBron? James has been on record saying multiple times that all he wants to do is win a championship. He added that any season that he and the Los Angeles Lakers don't win at all is a disappointment. The Golden State Warriors aren't exactly in a position to win it all right now, but if they added James, it's possible that the older crew could get the job done again if everything breaks their way. Nonetheless, they'd have to hope that plenty goes right, and that includes just getting a deal done in the first place. Every season that I did not make it to the finals or did not win the championship has been a disappointment, James said. So it'd be the same for me. It'd be the same offseason of disappointment and unfulfillment, having an opportunity to play longer and give yourself an opportunity to play for the Larry O'Brien Trophy. Nothing changes for me. Celtics Champion Center nearing decision on possible Warriors signing, report. The Golden State Warriors entered the offseason looking to upgrade their roster around their star trio of Stephen Curry, Jimmy Butler, and Draymond Green as they try to chase a championship next season. Unfortunately for the Warriors, they have yet to make a move in free agency, and they also lost veteran center Kevin Looney as he signed with the New Orleans Pelicans. This is a major loss for the Warriors as they are in desperate need of an upgrade at the center position, which is an area of their roster that they have struggled with over the last handful of seasons. Golden State has also missed out on many of the big-name centers in the free agency market as Miles Turner, Brook Lopez, and Clint Capella have all been scooped up by other teams around the NBA. Despite this, Golden State has been linked to Boston Celtics champion center Al Horford as a potential upgrade to their frontcourt, and it appears as though Horford is nearing a decision after a report was released on Wednesday. According to ClutchPoint's Brett Siegel, the Warriors have been in talks with Horford over the last couple of days, and Horford could make a decision as early as Wednesday night. Of course, Horford has also drawn interest from other teams around the league, including the Los Angeles Lakers who, like the Warriors, are also in desperate need of a center. Horford would be a solid addition to the Warriors roster as he would give them a veteran big man who can space the floor and is also a great rebounder. Last season in Boston, the 39-year-old averaged 9.0 points, 6.2 rebounds, and 2.1 assists per game while shooting 42.3% from the field and 36.3% from three. While Horford would be a solid fit next to Curry, Butler, and Green, there are many other teams interested in adding him in free agency that could also offer him more money that Golden State can.